and we'll take any questions you may have. Yes.
Thank you. I wanted to ask for an update on your efforts to fund Ukraine, and specifically if seizing Russian assets or lend-lease are going to be a part of that.
Well, I can't get into a whole lot of details. The relevant chairwomen are working on this. That would be my committee, House Intelligence, Armed Services, the appropriators, the relevant appropriators, and working on a path forward, a version that would have our imprimatur, a House version. One thing that French and I have worked on very closely that was a glaring omission was what you've identified. It's a repo act that I introduced and marked up out of my committee, which would allow us to begin to gain access to these frozen Russian sovereign assets to help pay for this effort. It's a very popular idea. The Senate actually marked it up out of their committee, but they added other provisions and for some reason did not put it in their supplemental. So there are things like that I think that would be easy. I think I've had discussions like with Lindsey Graham about a loan program for direct government assistance, which I think would be a very popular idea. And other things like strategy and ATACMS and deploying weaponry that they need to win. I mean, Colin Powell is right. You either get all in or you get out. This administration has slow-walked this process for over 2 years, which has culminated in a stalemate. And I would argue that's exactly what he wants. And he thinks he's winning now because he has brought it to a stalemate. And I do think I agree with my colleagues in French that those pieces are vitally important, not just Ukraine, but the Israel pieces we heard from the ambassador and the Indo-Pacific. I signed off on 20 weapon systems to Taiwan that have yet to go into country, some dating back 4 years ago. So we meet with President Tsai and she says, "Where are my weapons? I paid for them." That's the weakness that I'm talking about. Yeah, Max.
With regards to funding package, does it seem clear to you that just taking the Senate supplemental in the House, is that idea over and the real path is drafting a House bill, which will then have to go through the Senate? And then what's your response to Democrats who say Ukraine doesn't have that kind of time, the House and Senate,
Yeah.
its bill just passes?
Right. Well, I think we need to pass it. It's dire, so we need to pass it soon. I know the speaker wants to go through the normal appropriations process, and I respect that. But I'm sorry, what was the beginning?
Are you giving up on the Senate supplemental?
Oh, the Senate.
Yeah, it's not going to fly.
I think this is just Michael McCaul talking, Chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee. I think we can do a better job than the Senate did. And I think we can deliver a product that the American people will end up supporting rather than the version that came out of the Senate. That's just my opinion. I know there are high-level discussions about this, obviously. So, yeah.
Also following up on the Ukraine aid question, has the speaker given you a commitment that he would put a bill on the floor?
I don't want to get into personal conversations with him, but it is my belief that he will. But it would be after the normal appropriations.
Are you worried at all if you're not able to come to an agreement with this bill on the floor that a discharge petition that would then succeed?
I'm worried about that. I don't think that is in our best interest. I think that undermines the speaker's authority. And I don't see a lot of Republicans supporting that idea. I know there have been a lot of discussions about it, though. No. Yes.
Just following up on the topic of the discharge petition, you've been on the record before saying that you don't support that effort, but you also say that Ukraine needs money, needs to support now, the effort is dire. Will a certain point in time come where you say, I will sign the discharge petition because it's the speediest way to get legislation to the floor, considering the situation is dire?
Well, my hope is that we work the normal process with the relevant authorizers and appropriators and get past next week and finish our normal appropriations bills, get all of those done, and then we entertain the supplemental. That would be,
How long are you willing to give?
well, it's a hypothetical I really can't answer. I think we got one more last question.